It's happening in Minnesota. Valley News Live at 5 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin with breaking news. Fargo police need your help in finding 16-year-old CARSON Garrett. CARSON is 5'8" to 5'10", has brown hair, blue eyes, and is about 160 pounds. CARSON was reported as a runaway from his home on March 2nd. That's in the 1400 block of 12th Street South. Police say CARSON has been in communication with his family, but that they need to find him. If you know where CARSON is, you're asked to call dispatch at 451-7660. The Cass County Sheriff's Office says an attempt at serving an eviction notice got out of hand this afternoon. The Cass County Sheriff's Office says they were carrying out an eviction just before 1 p.m. in the 500 block of 22nd Avenue North when they say a man showed alarming behavior and a weapon was involved. That's when the county issued a shelter in place for people in the area. The man refused to leave the home, and deputies eventually decided to back off and try again another day. U.S. Customs and Border agents seized several containers of a THC extract at the Pembina port of entry. THC is the psychoactive compound found in marijuana. Border Patrol says the shipment was disguised as a non-alcohol disinfectant. They had a canine check it out, and the dog alerted agents to a suspicious odor. Samples of the substance were analyzed in a lab to confirm it was THC. If it's warmer weather you want, we're moving in the right direction. If you'd rather see rain, perhaps we've got that too. Let's find out when and where from Hutch. Hey, Hutch.
Andrea, good evening. Hello, everyone. We did see there on the Skycam from the Devil's Lake Basin that we have increasing clouds in our western counties, and the radar shows clouds and some showers of rain pushing in to the Devil's Lake Basin. That's what's going on this evening. The rest of the valley and western Minnesota still fairly quiet as we go through the evening. I don't expect showers here. Periods of moderate to heavy showers of rain are going to be possible, but I don't expect this to be a drought-busting type of system. But we'll take any raindrops that make their way down to the ground that we can get. 45 in Bemidji. We have 50s, mid 50s at that here in the valley, and it's near 60 in Jamestown heading into your evening. There's a look from that Home of Economy camera in Devil's Lake. Temperatures this evening after sunset slipping into the 40s in Fargo. We'll have clouds increasing here throughout the overnight as well. 50 degrees in Grand Forks in the 7 o'clock hour, cooling into the 30s by bedtime. We'll have details on the progress of those showers and a look ahead at your forecast here in just a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. One man is now in jail following an assault at a South Fargo gas station. Fargo police say Pajebo Duncan of West Fargo turned himself into police late last night. He was arrested for attempted murder in connection with an assault at Love's Travel Stop off of 32nd Avenue. Duncan is suspected of stabbing someone, then running him over with his car. Authorities in Lisbon need your help after someone set fire to a picnic table in the town. The Park District posted this photo to their Facebook page last night. If you have information on the incident or those responsible, you can call Lisbon Police at 683-4141. Minneapolis city leaders are preparing the public for the start of the trial for former police officer Derek Chauvin, accused in the death of George Floyd. Opening statements are set to start on Monday. The Minneapolis mayor and police chief are encouraging people to check the city's website to find updates on the trial, along with safety resources, street closures, and other related items that may impact the general public. They also encourage people to join a neighborhood organization. The city has formal relationships with these neighborhood groups and says it can be helpful to communicate with your neighbors about safety issues or business impacts. The World Health Organization says a detailed report on the origins of the coronavirus is expected this week, but the U.S. remains skeptical. An international team of experts traveled to Wuhan earlier this year to investigate on behalf of the WHO. A senior U.S. official says the United States expects the investigation will show more study is needed and perhaps a return visit to China. Officials had hoped to get access to raw data and people there in order to make an independent assessment.
And we are hopeful that it will be based on science, and it will be a real a step forward for the world understanding the origins of the virus so that we can better prepare for future pandemics. I mean, that's really what this is about.
Some members of the WHO team that went to Wuhan have said China was reluctant to share vital data that could show the coronavirus was circulating months earlier than first recognized. President Biden held his first formal news conference today with achievements in fighting COVID and then also setbacks on border security front and center. He also faced a wide variety of questions on issues ranging from voting rights to foreign policy. Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
Please stand. Thank you.
President Biden began his first news conference in office trying to make some news of his own on the fight against COVID.
That's right. 200 million shots in 100 days. I know it's ambitious, twice our original goal.
While the pandemic has been a major focal point of his presidency, other urgent challenges took center stage, with immigration taking up the majority of questions. The president pressed on his response to a surge in migrants at the southern border.
All the policies that are underway were not helping at all. Did not slow up the amount of immigration and as many people coming. And rolling back the policies of separating children from their mothers, I make no apology for that.
He promised to speed the process to reunite children who arrive alone with their families or move them to better housing, while stressing the border is closed to adults.
The overwhelming majority of people coming to the border and crossing are being sent back.
The president also fielding questions on the deeply divided Congress and whether the filibuster should be eliminated to get his legislative agenda passed. He's advocating reform instead.
We're going to get a lot done. And if we have to, if there's complete lockdown and chaos as a consequence of the filibuster, then we'll have to go beyond what I'm talking about.
President Biden pushing back hard against efforts in several Republican states to enact harsh voting rights restrictions.
What I'm worried about is how un-American this whole initiative is. It's sick.
On his own future prospects,
my plan is to run for re-election. That's my expectation.
A first news conference for a president who's just wrapped up his second month in office.
President Biden also said he fully expected Kamala Harris would be his vice presidential running mate in 2024, but he seemed to leave himself an out on running for a second term, emphasizing he's always been a great respecter of fate. Health experts in Minnesota are reporting that dozens of fully vaccinated people have now contracted COVID. According to the health department, there have been 89 breakthrough cases in Minnesota, with a small number of them involving hospitalization. That number sounds alarming, but health officials say it's not when you consider more than 800,000 people have been fully vaccinated. That's less than 0.1%. Doctors say even those who required hospitalization had milder symptoms. To stay on top of the latest COVID vaccine-related information, you can use our VNL vaccine tracker. It's right on the home page of our website. Or you can open your phone camera and point it at the QR code on your screen and then tap the link that pops up. More of us are waking up with itchy eyes and a running nose because our warmer weather means allergies can flare up. There are preventive measures that you can take. If you're going outdoors, take a shower and wash your clothes as soon as you get home to get the pollen off. Turn on your air conditioning or heat, depending on the day, to bring in air circulation. Make sure all windows and doors are closed to prevent bringing the pollen inside. Don't hang your clothing outside to dry, and stay away from first-generation oral antihistamines as much as possible when thinking of treatment options.
It interferes with your daily activity. You know, when you have itchy eye, runny nose, you're always sneezing, it's make you feel tired. And people who has kind of like inflammation in their throat, in their nose, they cannot breathe, so they cannot sleep at night, and they got tired in the morning.
If you have asthma or eczema and are impacted by pollen, you might want to see a specialist. Health experts can put you on a treatment plan known as allergy shots immunotherapy. Big news for fans of Rib Fest. The event is back this year, and that means you'll be able to enjoy all the food and live entertainment offered at the event. There will be some changes for vendors and those who attend because of COVID-19. The event layout will be more spaced out, and they're creating larger relocated entrances and exits. Happy Harry's says to watch their website and Facebook page for more announcements in the coming weeks about which acts will be taking the stage. Rib Fest runs from June 9th to the 12th, from 11 in the morning until 11 at night each day. And don't forget, the Bison are hitting the road this weekend to take on the University of South Dakota. You can catch all the action right here on KVLY. The pregame show starts at noon on Saturday, and kickoff is set for 1. Still to come, we know fraudsters are preying on people during the pandemic. Now we've got a ballpark of just how much they've swindled so far.
Eastern North Dakota enjoying 55 to 60 degrees this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid and upper 40s in central Minnesota. That's the cool spot. Some changes coming after we enjoyed some sunshine this afternoon. I'll have details on rain and even a few flakes in the forecast. An update on an outgoing severe weather event down south. All next.
Hurry into Home Furniture for the final